What's up, travellers? Welcome back to the channel. SJ Aviation HQ for another video here on the channel. Today we have the model review of the British Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner by GeminiJets. But before we go any further into the channel, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up to show some more support for the channel and the video moving forward. It would really help me out moving forward. And also, if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel of SJ Aviation HQ. If you like the viewing of model airport updates, model unboxings, and also like this, the model reviews of different models in 1 to 400 scale and of course 1 to 200 scale, go ahead and subscribe to the channel below. Then that bell icon to be notified when videos go live on the channel, and of course comment below what your thoughts are of this model if you got it in your collection so far already. And of course, share this video to your friends or anyone who may be interested in checking out this video, and of course the channel as well. This model here, I believe, was released in the November release of this year, that being 2022. And of course, this is the model review of the British Airways 787-8 Dreamliner. So moving on, I'm going to now read the information about the airline of British Airways, and some information about the aircraft, and a little bit of history about the aircraft as well. And then after that, I'm going to be showcasing the box, and after that, showing you the model. So founded as British Airways on March the 31st, 1974, British Airways is the flag carrier airline of the United Kingdom, and is commonly known by its famous call sign, Speedbird. The airline is headquartered in London, England, close to its major hub at London Heathrow International Airport. According to planespotters.net, British Airways has an aircraft fleet consisting of 288 aircraft, including 33 Boeing 787 Dreamliners. These being 12 of the 787-8s, 18 787-9s, and 3 of the longer 787-10s, with an additional 4 787-10s soon to be delivered in the near future. British Airways was Europe's first airline to operate all 3 787 variants, and was the founding member of the world's second largest alliance, that being oneworld, alongside Canadian International Airlines, American Airlines, Qantas, and Cathay Pacific. So going into some information about this aircraft now. The manufacturer serial number, or the MSN number, is 38614. This aircraft's line number is 187, which means this aircraft rolled out as the 187th 787 for Boeing. This aircraft is a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner that is the shortest of the 3 variants. Of course, this was the first variant to roll out for Boeing. Of course, we have the Dash 9, which is the middle variant, the most proportionate in my opinion. And of course, we have the longest variant, 787-10. I believe I have done the model review of the 787-10 by GeminiJets. Go ahead and check out the card in the top right corner leading to that video. This aircraft here performed its first flight on June the 21st, 2014. As of today, this aircraft is 8.5 years old, and was built and produced at Everett Painfield. That is the main plant or main factory of where Boeing builds their aircraft, or where it's headquartered. Of course, the 787 production line is no longer in Everett. I do think they do still have some 787s to be delivered from Painfield, but of course, South Carolina, Charleston Air Force Base, or Charleston Airport, is basically where the 787 production line is now located. And this airframe is currently active, which means this aircraft is on the network of British Airways. So the registration of this aircraft that we're looking at today is Golf-Zulu Bravo Juliet Golf. Again, it is a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, which was delivered to British Airways on July the 7th, 2014. This aircraft is equipped with 2 Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines. This aircraft was leased by the BBAM Air Leasing Company in July of 2014, and was flew between Everett Painfield and to London Heathrow between July 8th and 9th of 2014 on its delivery flight. So that's that information out of the way. So let's go ahead and check out this box. So here we have a very standard GeminiJets box here. At the top corner we have the GeminiJets logo and the blue and yellow logo. Of course, some of the boxes we see these days aren't in this kind of display, I guess. I mean, Lufthansa have their boxes in silver, and Southwest, Qantas, and I believe Hawaiian Airlines have their boxes in white. That's basically showing that those airlines are licensed by GeminiJets, and of course we see Emirates having their own boxes. Here we have one of the slogans for GeminiJets: made for collectors by collectors. And here we have the 2D rendering of the 787-8 for British Airways. There is the registration again right there. Here we have the Boeing 787-8 trademark Boeing titles. And there we have the British Airways logo. And there is the scale of the aircraft, 1:4 scale die-cast model aircraft. And here is one of the cool aspects I see for the GeminiJets boxes, apart from the Emirates boxes, that is. Here we have a look inside tab. So if we just put this tab up, that's where the aircraft will be sitting in. And of course, further up here, we have some details about the aircraft. We have the specifications of the specific aircraft. Oh, this aircraft is actually equipped with the two Gen X-1 Bravo engines, my bad. And this aircraft, this box has the side view and the top view and the imperial measurement there. And further up there we have information about the 787 Dreamliner. Of course we can't see that. On the bottom panel we have the GeminiJets logo here. And here we have the information about what GeminiJets do. I'm actually quite confused about that, because it says in here two Gen X-1 Bravo engines, and then on the side of the engine here you can see the Rolls-Royce logo. So I think GeminiJets did a whoopsie there. Anyway, here we have the item number, GJBAW 2107, or Golf Juliet Bravo Alpha Whiskey 2107. Here we have the 2D rendering of the aircraft again, and the Boeing 787-8 titles again. On the back, GeminiJets logo and the warning information, and we have the barcode. And on this panel we have the identical information and paneling as the other side. On the rear of the aircraft, on the bottom panel, we have the aircraft climbing at a steep angle. Pretty steep if you ask me. Here we have the GeminiJets logo there. Here we have some more information about what they do as a company, GeminiJets. Very, very nice. I do quite like what GeminiJets do. They've been around for a long time, since the late 90s, and they still offer us collectors with a hobby. So I think the more respect they get, the better they would get. And here we have the social handles: Facebook, website, Instagram, and their Twitter. Go ahead and check them out if you haven't done so already. Here we have the licensing for the Boeing aircraft and of course the 787. And here we have the information about British Airways being a registered trademark and it's used under license. And then we have the details about this aircraft being released in the 2022 calendar year, and Las Vegas, Nevada, USA is where they are based in, that being GeminiJets, and this model here was made in China. Very cool. Very glad to have this model here. As you can see, the box doesn't actually close, which is a bit of a shame, but not going to deter me away from having the model. I will just say just now, before we go ahead and check the model out, I must give a massive shout out to Analog Speedbird. I know they are a massive fan of this particular aircraft. Go ahead and check out the description below, go ahead and check the link out leading to their Instagram page. Of course, it's just mentioned in the description below in the shout out area, just above the social areas for my social handles. So yeah, go ahead and check them out. But anyway, that is the reading out of the aircraft and the showcasing of the box. Let's go ahead and check out the model. And here is the absolutely stunning British Airways Boeing 787-8 by GeminiJets, looking absolutely gorgeous indeed. In this part of the video, I'm going to showcase the model up close to the camera, giving you a nice up close look of the details on this model. And while I do that, I'm going to showcase some information about this, about each of the components as we go along the model. So let's go ahead and dive in straight into the model review. So zooming in first and foremost and picking up the model. First of all, we're going to look at the nose area. Here we have the nicely curved JC wings mold of the 787, looking very nice indeed. Just like the Royal Emirate, I kind of feel like this is a little bit too much of a gap between the bottom of the cockpit windows and the top of the nose gear. Sorry, the nose cone there. Go ahead and check out the model review I did of that Royal Emirate model to check it out. But of course, here we have as I mentioned, the nose cone of the aircraft. Underneath that, or inside the nose cone, we have the weather radar. That is a component on board that is used to detect storms along their flight path, to give the pilots a visual indication of rainfall intensity and the possibility of turbulence. This enables the crew to navigate around any potential hazardous areas along the assigned flight path of their flight. And of course, here we have the very nicely looking copper window of the 787, and we have the window wipers there as well. Above them we can see Bravo Juliet Golf BJG. That is the last three digits of the registration, which of course is Golf Dash Zulu Bravo Juliet Golf. Here we have the at the bottom of the aircraft, at this part of the aircraft, we have the nose gear door with those letters on it as well in white text, Bravo Juliet Golf, and we've got the nose gear door, sorry, the nose gear itself just there. In the middle of the shot, if I can just focus on it for you guys, there we go. We got the angle of attack, and we have the pitot tubes. So the pitot tubes are used to measure fluid flow velocity and the angle of attack in near the middle of the shot there. Offers a visual indication of the amount of lift the wings are generating at a given airspeed or angle of bank. Here we have the first of the cabin doors. Here is the L1 boarding door just there, below my finger there, just there. And next to that we have the One World logo. Of course, British Airways was a founding member of the One World Alliance, alongside Canadian Airlines International, Qantas, Cathay Pacific and American Airlines. And there we have the nice icon or logo of British Airways. Below the cabin windows we can see the British Airways titles there, and just there in the middle of the shot is the coat of arms of British Airways, and of course I think that's the UK one as well. Next to the the L2 boarding door there we can also see a One World logo there, and this is a nice indication of a good way to identify whether this aircraft is a Dash 8, Dash 9 or Dash 10 of the 787 variants. Is not only the sheer length of this aircraft, that being quite a stubby aircraft, but of course the number of windows between the first and second doors. So there is a total of 9 windows in this one. Of course the Dash 9 has, I think, 14 windows between the L1 and 2 doors, and I think the Dash 10 has about 20 or so. So that is a easy way to identify each of the variants. Here we have some pitot system components on this aircraft. They are used to determine an aircraft's airspeed, Mach number, altitude and altitude trend. And as I mentioned, here is the L2 boarding door, used to of course board the aircraft and disembark the aircraft. That is one of the main 2 boarding doors on this aircraft, other one being the L1 door just there. Here we have the antenna on top of the fuselage, and there in the middle of the shot is meant to be the red antenna. So not the red antenna, the red beacon light. Of course it is not red, which is quite interesting. Moving down, some nice components on the top of the fuselage there, but in the middle of the shot just now we have the wing light that is used when the aircraft is landing and of course on takeoff. And then we have the fairing, that is the joining of the wing and the fuselage. Here we have the number 1 engine, the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine, not the Gen X1 Bravo engine as the GeminiJets stated in their box. Looking very nice indeed, as you can see, we can see straight through them. As I mentioned, on the side of the nacelle we can see the Rolls-Royce logo there. And here we have the chevrons, very nice. One of the components I love about the 787. Many of you guys should already know that I am a massive fan of this aircraft, the 787 and family in general. As we move down the aircraft's wing, here is one of the other great aspects of this aircraft, that being the raked wingtip. The amount of wing flicks that the wings of the 787 can generate is just outrageous, producing as much flex as going up halfway up the tail fin on rotation, which I find that is just absolutely staggering. The way that the technology these days, the modernness of the modern aircraft is just outrageous, as mentioned. Here we have the red navigation light and the white strobe light just there. Very cool, of course. To identify a 787, just you'll be able to know that is one overhead and night operations when the absolutely bright strobe lights and beacon lights are flashing. Of course, the 787 is known for their very bright LED beacon lights. Here we have the L3 door used in the event in the event of emergencies. Very cool. Here we have the Royal Mail logo just there, if I'm able to just focus on it for you guys. There we go. And then we have the registration to the right of that, Golf-Zulu Bravo Juliet Golf. And then we have a baggage hold there. Here we have the L4 door. Also can be used for boarding as well, and of course disembarking via the apron. And then we have some antennas on the top of the fuselage there. And here we have the tail fin of British Airways. Just going to zoom out and focus on it for you guys. There we go. Now this livery is known as the Chatham Dockyard livery for British Airways. And I'm not too sure when this livery was introduced. I remember it being on the Concorde back in the day. I will put some details in the bottom of the screen now, just to let you guys when this livery was introduced and what aircraft it was on. On the top of the tail fin there, we can see Bravo Juliet Golf. If I'm able to just focus on it, there we go. And here we have the elevators of this aircraft, and just in the middle of the shot there you can see the logo light that is used in night operation to light up the tail fin to give a visual indication of what the operator is of the aircraft for the ATC, and of course other pilots in the vicinity of the airfield. It can also be used as a marketing tool to advertise the airline to anyone within or around an airfield. And there's another one on the other side just there, very cool. There are the strobe lights for the rear of the aircraft on the tail cone, and just there is the auxiliary power unit, otherwise abbreviated as the APU. An additional engine on the aircraft. So looking at the other side momentarily, here we have a nice angle of the curvature of the nose just there. I just love the 787, it's outrageous, isn't it? Here we have the emergency cabin. This is the emergency escape hatch for the cockpit for the pilots to use in the event of emergencies. Here is the right hand side of the aircraft, so these doors would be known as the R1 or 1R doors, opposed to the other side being the left hand side. So here is the R1 door, and here we have the forward baggage compartment on this aircraft. There is the pedo static system again on the side of the aircraft. Here is the number 2 engine, the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine. Very nice. On the bottom here on the belly we can see the red outline here. That is where the ram air turbine would be located, abbreviated as the RAT. That is used or was used during the event of emergencies and of course the testing of this aircraft. And here of course are the landing gear. Here's this one, having a bit of trouble focusing on this model. You can see the gears do roll. They don't rotate it or pivot on the struts, but they do roll for you guys. On the end of the wing here, we have the green navigation light and the strobe light here. On the rear of the fuselage here, we can make out some pretty average paint detailing there. Where the white meets the blue, and of course in the middle of the shot we can make out the rear baggage hold. Registration again at Golf Dash Zulu Bravo Juliet Golf, and here's the tail fin of this very nice looking aircraft. Lovely tail fin of British Airways. This livery suits the 787, all of the variants to be honest. And of course the A350, go ahead and check out the model review that I did of the A350 1000 by Aviation 400. Absolutely beautiful model. Go ahead and check it out in the top right corner right about now. And of course that will do it for the main part of this video, the model review of the British Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner by GeminiJets. Absolutely gorgeous. I would highly recommend this model if you haven't got it in your collection already. This model here came into my collection as the 99th 787 in my collection, which means the next one to arrive will be the big 100. What I'm planning on doing is a couple of videos, maybe 4 videos showcasing the entirety of my 787 collection, so all 100 of them. I will be putting them on the channel very soon. But if you liked this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Down that bell icon to be notified for when videos go live on this channel. I have another model review coming in very soon after this one. And of course, go ahead and comment below what you thought about the video, what you think about the model. And of course, if you've got it in your collection as well, go ahead and comment what you think below. And of course, share this video to your friends or anyone who may be interested in checking out this video and of course the channel. If you're wanting to go ahead and support me on my other social media channels, I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I have the new website for my airport, and of course I am part of a Discord server. All of those links that I just mentioned will be in the description below, so go ahead and check them out. Of course, the main Instagram account is my airports account. As you can see, the airport map is located in the background of this video. If you want to have the utmost detailed information about the network, the photos of my airport or all my model aircraft, the live streams, you want to come and join the live streams, and of course other great stuff, go ahead and support me by clicking that link below. The website sjAirport.com is located in the link box below, and of course if you want to go and check that out, make sure you go ahead and check it out via a PC or a laptop, as it's not compatible for mobile devices. Of course, PCs and laptops is where you can get the utmost professional viewing of the website. The next update is coming very soon for that website, and I will announce that via a story feed and a post on Instagram. So go ahead and check that Instagram account out. And as mentioned just before, my Patreon account will be coming very, very soon, in the next couple of weeks or so. If you want to stay tuned of the launch date, go ahead and check the launch date out on Instagram, coming in very soon. And that's where, of course, Patreon is where you can support me even further on Instagram and of course YouTube, as I have a great bunch of projects coming in very soon, including the expansion of this model airport, and of course a new set for my channel whereabouts, so I can create more live streams and more professional content for you guys as well. So of course go ahead and check all those links below. So I would love to have your support moving forward. So that will do it for today's video, guys. So thank you very much for coming along and viewing the model review of the British Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner by GeminiJets. Again, go ahead and subscribe below, ding that bell icon, give this video a thumbs up, and of course share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more on the channel, on the left hand side soon enough will be the most recent video on the channel. On the right hand side will be the full playlist of model reviews I've done so far on the channel. In the middle is where you can subscribe. But until next time, guys, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.